what happened next is, luckily the police reacted quite quickly. They went to her apartment, kicked in the door. They found her unconscious in the bedroom and found him in the kitchen laying out knives. Yeah, I know, it's so creepy, and that really happened. It's not a story I'm telling you, like a horror story that someone made up. This actually happened.
This episode was meant to be a funny one, and you just fucked it up.
Hello. Ding. Welcome back to Talk the Thought. Hi. I feel like looking at myself, I feel like I'm bloated as fuck, but that's okay. There are those days,
say hello to my little two twin pimples.
Well, I was just about to ask, probably
about my pimples.
Yes, I was like, what is that? No,
what's there in your face, girl?
I was wondering for a minute because I said I was I had a bloating face, a bloated face. Probably time for ovulation period. Anyways, like we have one good week in a month, and it's not this one.
Definitely not this one. I saw a post the other day where a guy was like, oh, so I just learned from my girlfriend or whatever, or from some girl that, so you pretty much have the pre-period week where, quite a few women are already in pain with cramps. Then you actually have your period that week, roughly. Anything between 4 and 28 days, whatever your period is long.
What?
4 to 7 days. And, things are not that comfortable. Plus, then, there's this other week. Then you have your ovulation if you're not on birth control. And then he's like, so you actually just have 1 week.
Yeah, we do.
In a month that you actually feel like. And then you eat the wrong food and you're just fucked.
That's it. You have like one good week and then, you make wrong decisions. Yeah. You've been drinking too much. Or ate gluten. Or you ate gluten because, fuck gluten. Why would you eat gluten?
Yes, that's it. Yes.
I just want to eat a bread roll and my belly is like, well, here I am, shorty.
No.
I choose bloating today. As you can tell, probably this is going to be a much more positively loaded, energized episode. Oh, who knows? Well, Tina, I have lots to tell you about. I thought this episode would be good to give you a little update on my dating experience or like give our audience an update because there's loads to talk about. This whole online dating, goodness gracious. There's
Hit me, baby.
I don't even know where I should start, but I feel like this is going to be my year when it comes to dating because like last year I was a bit hesitant and I was like, I don't know if I want to meet someone I've met online and I don't know what to do. Should I go for a walk?
So if you say this is going to be your year of dating, that means that's not the year of me being in a relationship.
No. I mean, dating is you date in a relationship as well. Like I feel like it's more me. Like if I ask some people if they want to define their relationship, they're like, we're just dating. So I don't know. Dating could be with one exclusive person, but so I definitely think I will meet someone this year because I'm actively dating and meeting people.
Yes.
But it's had been some fun. Well, it's a hard night. Yeah, it is for us. No, it is definitely.
Do you want to tell us how many guys you've met so far in 2022?
In 22 was actually only 2, but just before that.
But that was enough.
I think it was 3 in the last 5 weeks or 6 weeks. So that's quite good, I guess, considering I met like maybe 3 in a whole year's time before that. So 3 and 5 weeks, it's like, wow, I'm actively dating now. So that's crazy.
You're on it, girl.
I am on it. But there's some very funny experiences and I have to really change the way I'm going about things. So about me, if I decide to meet you for a date, I get myself ready and I want to spend some time with you, even though, and it happened on multiple occasions, within the few minutes, I either way know if I want to see you again or I don't. And sometimes I'm like, okay, well, give him the benefit of a doubt and just give him a little bit more time. Maybe, you know, looks can be deceiving, and a vibe can be deceiving too. So sometimes you just might need some more time.
Yeah.
But anyways, it happened on multiple occasions that I'm spending time with people that I knew that I would not meet again, but I'm too nice. So I'm not leaving after half an hour. No, I do a whole 4-hour date session out of it, and I get it. It could leave a wrong impression. So you know how I'm calling myself now, because since I'm speaking German and English, my pool of dating possibilities is quite huge. So I can date English speaking people, German speaking. So I'm calling myself Mrs. Worldwide.
And
it's like, because I thought this is just too funny.
Been there, done that.
Been there, done that. Mrs. Worldwide. So that's me. So I thought I'd just drop this here.
Nice one.
So yeah,
that's awesome.
The Argentinian, chapter number 1.
There's just one chapter though to it.
There's just one chapter to it, but it's just interesting. Yeah. So this guy, he was texting me I think we met on Tinder. We texted. It was quite funny, but then things slowed down, and people that are used to this dating word, they know if things slow down, people tend to ghost you. So you unmatch people, you just end it. It's fine. It happens all the time. You match with people, then they don't text anymore. That's it. So that what happened with him. We texted for a week, which is way too long, really. Meet the guy after a few days if you can. It's just too long. But anyways, things slowed down. I was like, I didn't feel it anyways. Let me just unmatch him and delete his number. So what happened? A day later, he's like, what happened? Like, I was looking forward to seeing you. I'm like, oh my goodness. I thought I was getting rid of this whole situation. I thought you ghosted me.
How was he? So if you did you guys share phone numbers? Was he texting you on your phone? Oh.
We shared phone numbers, so I kind of deleted him. I think I even blocked him. And I unmatched him on Tinder because I was like, look, you're not texting me back. You're obviously ghosting me, so I'm just deleting you out of my contact book.
But you didn't think that Mr. Argentina is smart enough to just send you a text message.
And you know what? WhatsApp doesn't care about if you block the number. That's something I learned. So people cannot text you on your phone, like I cannot call you or text you if the phone number is blocked. But WhatsApp takes it. It doesn't work with your phone per se. It's an online account, actually, if you just put it simple. It's an online account, so it just checks your contacts, and if that person wants to contact you, it can contact you.
I think you would have to my friend.
You would have to block
WhatsApp.
Yeah, you have to block that person in WhatsApp. But if you just because you block the phone number on your phone doesn't mean they cannot contact you via WhatsApp.
I need to tell my friend.
Why is she getting stalked?
Ex-boyfriend.
Oh,
the dilemma. Every possible. Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely have to do that.
But he hasn't figured it out yet, so okay, cool. That's very good to know.
Well, the Argentinian had figured that out and contacted me. And it's like, I was looking forward to seeing you.
It was probably not the first time that he got blocked and unmatched.
I was like, okay, well, no, I felt really bad because I was like, look, just because everyone else is ghosting doesn't mean that he necessarily wanted to ghost, but he didn't respond. So I was like, okay, well, I should be nice. Yeah. He's like, should we meet up tonight? I was like, okay, but only because he was living very, very close by. So I was like, look, Sydney, you don't even have to walk far. Like, just meet him. And we met. I knew right away, not for me, really not. And the whole time, let me tell you guys, like really, it needs to be a conversation. A conversation means that two people talk and not me just asking questions. And I knew right away, look, he's not even, I don't really care. Like, let me just have a good night, like have some drinks and that's fine. I'm going home.
And I think you had a good time with the bartender, waiter.
Wow. So. Yeah, that was a really interesting bartender, but I don't want to talk about that now. But back to the Argentinian.
Oh, sorry.
So he was like, he seemed to be very nervous, and at the same time I was asking all these questions and he answered them and he was interested and he kept telling me how beautiful I am and stuff, and I was like, okay, well, thank you.
I know.
But like, I know, but like, just ask me a question maybe once. But he did eventually. But anyways, 3 hours later, and I see the issue here. I should have gone home after an hour. I gave him probably the wrong impression, even though I was like, don't you see, we're both not really having a conversation. It's me asking questions and like very one-sided. Anyways, we walked together because we pretty much had the same direction. And there was this point where I knew he had to turn right. I had to keep walking.
Does he necessarily know where you live exactly?
Well, kind of. Not really. He kind of knows, but like not really. He won't be stalking me. Although he said to me, and that was something I was like, he was like, the way you're looking, probably people will recognize you very easily because I'm tall. I have this blonde curly hair, so it's like pretty easy to be recognized. I was like, at first I was like, oh yeah, well, heard that before, but then I was like, what does that mean? Are you going to look up for me?
What are you trying to tell me here?
So, yeah, we came to that cross point where he had to turn right. I had to walk straight. And I was like, gave him a hug. It's like, oh, it was a nice evening, get home safe.
It wasn't, but it was.
Yeah, me just being very, very polite.
Yes.
And then I turned around and wanted to go straight. He grabbed my hand, pulled me back, and he's like, I really like to kiss you now. And I'm like, I don't kiss on first dates. I was like, I don't know what to do. I was like, oh, God. And he's like, what? I was like, I'm so sorry. But no, I don't know. I didn't know what to do. I could have just kissed him, but I didn't want to. And he was like, oh no. And I was like, I'm so sorry. He's like, the damage is done.
Emotional damage.
And that is a core moment for him, for sure. I might have bruised his ego. I don't know. But
100% did you bruise his ego because he thought after the great night that you guys had, after you giving him a hug, saying goodbye, turning around, it was totally fine to pull you back and saying, I really would like to kiss you now. So, oh my God, yes, did you bruise his ego, didn't you?
I did, probably a lot. And
wow.
A little bit in his defense, I do not have to stay there. I didn't have to spend 3 hours of my time with him, making him think that you know how guys are, sorry, but you look at them, you smile, and they're like, oh, she loves me.
Oh yeah,
it's that easy. We both know a little bit about that. So So I should have just walked home after an hour or two, not even, but and then you see, look, even if I know that I'm not going to meet this person again, I still want to make the most out of the evening. So I'm still very nice. I'm still very engaging. And maybe that gives a wrong impression, but like, honestly,
obviously,
what did you think? I'm going to kiss you after the first date? So yeah, I walked home. Next day I send him a message.
Surely there's many people kissing after or on the first date, and that is totally fine.
Yes.
Because maybe there was a connection there. Maybe whatever was there and you were like, let's get into it. That's cool. I don't mind it.
No, definitely.
And here's me. I would love to know what he was thinking. But sorry, him being a man, he wasn't thinking. He was just like, nah, I'm going to kiss her.
Yeah, that's it.
He did not like reflect on the evening or anything. He was just like, let me kiss her.
Let me kiss her. This thing
let me
is
just
settled.
try. Yeah. Let me try. She wants to go. Let's just try it because that's my last chance, most likely.
Maybe he picked up on the thing. I don't know, but I didn't feel it. So I was like, okay. I texted him a day later and I was like, sorry, this is more like I see like a more friendly connection between the two of us, and no
not
way.
that I want to be friends with you, but no, it seems like a friendship thing, but I don't want to be friends with you, so bye.
So, and he never answered, so that's okay too.
Oh, so then he ghosted you at the end of the day.
He did not respond because his ego was bruised, so that's that experience.
Poor guy.
So you see, you have those experiences where you meet guys where you're like, nah. Then on the other hand, I went out with an American, Mrs. Worldwide. And it went super well.
Been there, done that.
It went super well. And then he's like, oh, I cannot see you again because I'm starting dating someone else exclusively. Even though back then I was like, look, I understand, which is only fair. Like, don't double date. But then I'm like, you were dating this person before you met me. Why did you have to meet me?
So when you went on a date, how many days after did he text you saying that he's...
Oh, it was like 4 days later or something. I don't know. We were texting for 4 days.
That was quick. So that means most likely he was already seeing that.
No, he said that even. He said that. I assume, so he said kind of like, things are starting to be more exclusive with that one person and I shouldn't have gone out with you. So I believe things were maybe a bit unclear between the two of them, and maybe he was upset. So he was like, I'm meeting someone else. But then, if you're that second person,
I'm just going to go on a different date.
Yeah, and just having a great night with someone else. So you see, you have that. Or you have the pool of so many very weird men on dating apps that are hunting as a profession or like live in medieval times. medieval times. So many pictures I've seen with people in full on medieval clothing and be like, I'm living life to the fullest. I'm like, good for you, but not for me.
I feel like I just want to download Tinder just to get a good laugh out of it.
Yes,
be on a couch with my partner and just be like, but no.
Actually, I remember a couple that I knew back in Australia. They had dating nights where they would download Tinder, turn on the projector and project the screen, their shared screen on their phone screen on the wall, and then would just go and swipe through Tinder and had a good laugh.
What about the guy, your friend's boyfriend,
that colleague?
Or so? You didn't. Yes.
Oh, yeah, that's another story because I'm dating a lot. So it's 2022. I'm dating a lot.
January.
So it was New Year's, and the boyfriend of my friend, he was like, "Oh, I have this colleague of mine, and he's single, but what do you think about that?" And I'm like, I'm all about the matchmaking, so please, if you know someone, like, leave a comment in the YouTube. Leave a comment. I'm ready to mingle. No, but like, I'm all up for it. So he was like, I know this guy, and I was like, give him my number, that's fine, let him just get in touch with me, we can text and then we can meet up. So a couple days later, or actually a whole week later, I was like, oh, well, this guy's never going to get in touch with me. Yeah. Forget about it. That random number called me, and I right away knew, it's like, oh no, it's the guy. So a little back information. He's a bit older than me. So it was like, okay, well, calling maybe comes natural to him.
How much older is he?
10 years. So
okay.
That's okay.
That kind of makes him my partner's age.
Yeah, it's like, it's not old, it's just a bit older, that's fine. Yeah. I mean, we're in our 30s, so
yeah,
it is what it is, and there's not much left on the market, so you gotta grab it. Can't change.
You gotta take what you can get, guys.
You gotta risk it to get the biscuit, and even if the biscuit is past its due date,
and there's no sugar daddies left.
I'm so sorry, I did not mean that. So this random number called me. I knew right away it's him, and it was him. I didn't pick up because I don't like to pick up like any calls that first of all, I'm a millennial. I don't answer calls, and then I didn't know the number.
There's just one first of all. There's no second of all or third. Like, first of all, we're millennials. Stop.
It's only that one rule, and that's it. So he left a message on my mailbox, and it's like, oh yeah, I would try to get in touch with you later again. I was like, okay. So I received a text message, an old school SMS. It's like, okay, fair enough, No, everyone is using WhatsApp these days, data policy, data protection. I get it. And he was like, I'd like to take you out for dinner, and so we get to know each other.
Sweet.
Kind regards. And then his name was like, kind regards. I mean, he was German, so I'm translating it, but it was
it is equivalent to kind regards.
It's kind regards. It's like, okay.
Yours faithfully. Yours sincerely.
Yours sincerely. Oh, I was like, okay. Well, still, husband. I had my thoughts, and it's like, well, don't put it in a box just yet. It's like, look, I'm happy to meet you, but I don't know you at all. So I'd like to, get like a little bit of chatting before we meet. So just to know who I'm getting involved with. And he's like, well, I'm a bit new to the whole chatting thing. I don't know, I'm a bit old school. So you'll have to moderate the whole conversation. I'm like, moderate the whole conversation? What?
Welcome to the Cindy Show, Mrs. Worldwide.
Oh, welcome to my TED Talk. I have no idea what I'm supposed to do. I'm like,
how's that though? I mean, surely, mate, you know how to have a conversation, right? Because that's all it is. Well, so you have to moderate, like, okay, now I'm going to ask you questions about your life. Please answer them truthfully.
Do I have to answer a questionnaire before we get to meet each other? I don't know. Like, I was like a bit overwhelmed. I was honestly overwhelmed. I was like, okay, that's fine. Surprised we did not end up meeting because, look, I don't know. I wasn't feeling it, and that's fine. But there's another story I wanted to share, which is my latest one.
Another guy.
I mean,
tell me.
Everywhere.
Tell
everywhere.
me.
I'm Mrs. Worldwide. So, no, it's so stupid. It sounds like I've been dating a lot, even though I am not. But then,
no, you haven't. But now you're saying you're just telling me from like those, like, of course.
Yeah, but they're not stories from the last. They're not stories from the last 2 years. They're stories from the last.
We don't have to tell that to
5 weeks.
anyone. That it's only.
I'm gonna edit this out. I did not say 5 weeks.
6.
5 years. No, it's not that many. I matched with this guy on Tinder, and he was not the typical guy I would go for. You see,
you mean the way he looked?
Yes, because obviously on Tinder you look at how the people are looking like, and he was the guy like no shirt.
I don't care about looks.
No, he's like
Tinder.
more like I don't care. I'm not that girl. Yeah, but he was too pretty. Like I don't know if you understand that, but like I don't like the too pretty guys. I don't know. I'm not into that. I don't like the guys that are too pretty. I don't know why. I don't know. I usually don't go for them.
There's a certain perception about them, isn't there?
Not really. I don't even think that far. I'm just like, I'm not attracted to the very pretty guys. Anyways, I matched with him. So there was something about him that I liked. And he was straight away like, look, what you're thinking about just meeting. Like, I'm not into chatting much. Let's just meet. And I was like, new year, new me. I'm not going to spend and waste too much time talking to people online just to try meeting them, because I have friends that would text a lot with a guy and then meet up, and then you don't vibe. Happened to me too. Yeah. I would spend like a week texting.
You kind of expect this person to be a certain way, and definitely. I would say almost barely. Like, it doesn't happen very often that the person is actually as you thought they would be. So,
and that's the thing. Like, people always say, like, looks are not really important. And it is not really important, but it's the vibe, the whole thing. Yeah. Yes, you can have a very good connection via text, and you can even call each other, and just it vibes and it's perfect. But then when you see that person, it just doesn't feel right. I don't know. I can't explain it. But so I was like, look, I'm going to start a new approach to this whole dating thing. I'm going to meet them, and that's it. So he was very straightforward. So I was like, let me ask you a very straightforward question. What are you after? Like, because on Tinder, most of them are after a quick hookup, and that's fine too, but not for me. And he's like, look, I'm actually after something serious. And I'm like, perfect. That's it. So we made plans where we want to meet, where we want to go out for drinks. And that was all set in stone. All plans were made, not much chit chat. It was really straightforward, bam. So then I didn't talk to him for another day. And I was like, okay, well, there's nothing much to talk about. Yeah. And that Wednesday came up. That was last Wednesday where we met. We were supposed to meet, and he hadn't texted me all of Tuesday and not all of Wednesday. And I was like, I get the feeling that I'm being ghosted. But then I was like, well, there is not much we can actually talk about, because
he didn't unmatch you on the app on Tinder.
No, he didn't unmatch me. Mm-hmm. He nothing. There was just no communication. Yeah. But then I was like, well, there's not much to talk about, because we made the plans. That's it. But, I'm not naive. I was like, yeah, he most likely ghosted you and won't show up tonight. But I was like, well, Cindy, don't try to put him in a box. Give him the benefit of a doubt. So I called my friend. I texted my friend. I was like, look, I'm getting ready for a date that's will
most likely not going to happen.
That will most likely not show up. Just in case that really does happen, can I come by to yours and we just have a nice evening? She's like, yeah, come by. And I was like, okay. So I had already this plan B set in stone, just in case. Yeah. So I did go, even though people might be like, why did she go? I mean, like, there's no reason to. Yes. And I did still. I was like, it's not that far off my place, so I might just go and see what's happening. Maybe he does show up, and if not, I go to see my friend. So I went there, and I had this feeling. It's like, he's not going to show up. And guess what? He did not show up, and I was stood up. So, no, how unexpected. So what did I do? I went to Dunkin' Donuts, bought 4 donuts, and just went to my friend's place.
Ate them all by myself, and my friend was watching me.
Fuck him. No, look, it didn't hurt my ego at all. I don't know. Like, some people were like,
you were kind of expecting it. But
again, I was expecting it.
Good on you for still going, though, I guess.
Yeah, I think so too. Like, he could have.
It was kind of like, it was more like you knew you going to your friend's house, so it was more like, oh, I'm just gonna stop here really quick to see if he shows up. But I have my plan anyway. Yeah.
Yep. It didn't feel wrong at all, and it's fine. I mean, it didn't hurt my ego at all. I'm thinking it's.
I'm just trying to put myself in that situation. I feel like if I would have had that feeling that he's most likely not going to show up, I don't know if I would have went, because I don't know. Like, look, maybe I'm standing there and he's watching me and he's like, no, sorry, which I don't think anyone would do, but anyway, no. But he's like, oh no, and then like he's watching me, but I can't see him, and then he just goes, and I stand there like an idiot. So like, good on you for still going.
God, you put some awful thoughts in my head now. I did not think about those things before.
Tell me that I don't have negative thoughts in my head.
No, look, I in this phase right now, and I don't know why. I call it the goddess phase. I love getting ready at the moment. I love making myself pretty and just go out there. And for some reason, I was like, I don't care. There's a high chance he's not going to show up. And I was just feeling it. I don't know. Probably half a year ago, I would have been like, unmatch him and stuff. Really good. So I went to my friend's place instead, ate the donuts and had a great time. So I thought this is all.
Can I just ask, did you at all text him again?
Oh, yeah. God. Yes, I did. So on my way to Duncan, I'm just a girl. I was like overwhelmed a little. No, I wasn't hurt, but I was like, look, I need to text him. It's not cool. I was like, of course. Yeah. So I texted in German, but I'm just going to translate. I was like, oh, look, if you never intended in meeting me, then just cancel and don't let me wait in the cold. Yes. Let me wait for you. So that's not really kind. That's all I said. So, but yeah, I didn't think much of it. I didn't unmatch him for
obviously. He didn't reply to that text.
He didn't reply, no. Oh. He didn't reply until today, which is 4 days later. So I just received...
Wow.
I was supposed to meet him Wednesday. I did not meet him, okay, Tina? I did not put salt in the wound. He did not show up. No, but like, really, just an hour. Come on. Just an hour ago. Really, just an hour ago. I received the message.
I don't even know what he said yet. So that's pure emotions that you see on my face now.
So on Wednesday, you see the last thing I said. I'm just going to repeat it. It's like, look, if
I'm eating the donuts by myself.
Oh, wow. I was like, look, if you're not interested, then rather cancel than letting me wait for you in the cold. So today, an hour ago, he's like, good Lord, you're still here. I have lost my phone and only found it yesterday. And then next message. We should postpone our date a little bit because I am
have already postponed it, mate.
I'm positive to COVID. I caught COVID, but I should be fine in a couple days. Now my phone is on airplane mode now because we're recording. I don't know if anything else is coming in response to my message because he has not even acknowledged that message at all. But what is that? I have lost my phone. So that's what he like. What the?
So all he said now after your message on Wednesday, he said, good Lord, thank God you're still here or whatever. I lost my phone.
Yeah, like maybe like as in, good Lord, thank you haven't unmatched me yet. I had lost my phone. I only found it again. You haven't
unmatched him yet?
I don't know why. I have so many matches on Tinder that I forgot.
That's okay. I get you. So, and then he said, sorry, I've lost my phone. I only just found it, which I guess nowadays is kind of possible that you do find your phone. Depends on where you lost it.
And then he has found it back. Look, the message itself is not that bad, but wouldn't you start with, I'm so sorry I stood you up?
But then the next message is, I caught COVID. I'm positive.
Yeah, I caught
good in a few days. Which is, sorry, you were meant to meet on Wednesday. Today is Saturday. That's 3-4 days in. And he should be fine again. And like, what's your quarantine requirements right now? Like 10 or 14 days? You're not going to be fine to meet up in a few days.
Well, it's 10 days. So I don't know if he caught COVID on the weekend. And I'm like, I have no idea. But like, I'm just surprised that there has been
COVID while looking for his phone to text you back.
Well, that's karma, bitch. Karma for standing me up. Sorry.
Finally, karma, you showed up.
No, but like honestly, I don't think it would be necessarily bad of him texting me again and excusing himself for standing me up. Like, look, I might give you another chance, but like not even acknowledging in one sentence that I waited for you. Like, he has no response. Well, I will respond to this message, not now because I'm not desperate,
But has he read, has he read your last message at all? Like, did he get your last message on his lost phone?
I have no idea.
Like, does he?
I think so. No, it says. I mean, on Tinder, you don't know if the person actually received it if you're not paying for it, then you can get like the double ticks. But it says sent for me. It says sent, so that's all it says. Yeah, but still, he knew that we were.
Here's a guy who doesn't even like texting much. So good luck finding out more.
I have no idea what just happened.
That's what you get if you match with the pretty boys.
Exactly, that's what you get when you match with the fucking pretty boys. I don't know.
That's why girls don't go after pretty boys.
I'm interested. I will text him back. Mm-hmm. I will probably text back tonight when I'm with my friends.
What are you going to say to that, though?
I don't know. What should I say to that? But that's an awesome twist, isn't it?
Yeah, great. So amazing. I mean, when you said there's a twist, wow, he texted back, but I expected something more twisty.
Else? Yes. More twisty? Sorry, what else do you?
More twisty in a good way, like more twisty.
I don't know, bro.
I don't know. Yeah, I lost my phone.
There is the acknowledgement of that one message missing, and that makes me believe maybe, as you said before, has he even received it? Has he even seen that I went there and waited? Has he received that message? Because by the sounds of it. But I will text him back.
Message? Yeah, you have.
Yeah, I will text him back and be like, look, a bit unfortunate. Sorry, I'm sorry that you lost your phone. But look, I was waiting there for like, wait. You made me eat 3 donuts.
Normally I eat 4, but
because I was emotional depressed, I ate only 3.
Emotional damage has been done.
Emotional damage.
Oh, love that.
Yeah, so that's the end to my expedition, my dating expedition.
And this is why I'm not dating. Not because I'm in a relationship, but because of stories like this.
It's crazy. I mean, so far, I'm lucky. Yeah. I had some really good stories.
Yeah, you did. You did.
Like, there is some really crazy ones out there. I can actually tell you a really, really crazy one that happened in Berlin. It's just to give this whole thing...
tell me.
So a friend of mine went on a date, and that guy would tell her that story, that particular story that I'm going to tell you now. So what happened is this one random girl in Berlin, she went on a date with a guy she met on Tinder. They went into a bar and she did, I don't know, seemingly not take care of her glass, of her drink. So he put something in her drink. Yeah. She felt off pretty quickly and was like, look, I would like to go home. And he's like, oh yeah, I can help you get home.
Bring you home. Yeah.
I can take you home safe. She's like, okay, well, that's fine. So he brought her home. She was still conscious. So she was in the apartment and said to him, look, I'm fine now. I'm home. You can go. You can leave. And she went into, I think, her bedroom. And she could hear how he was still in the apartment. He brought her into the apartment. She went to the bedroom or direction bedroom. She's like, look, I'm fine. You can leave now. I'm good. So she went to the bedroom. She could hear how he was pretending to leave the apartment and closing the door. So that's when her instinct kicked in. She called the police and she's like, look, I'm feeling really bad. I've been on a date with this guy. I think he put something in my drink. I feel very off. Please come. And that's all she remembers. She fainted after that. She was unconscious.
How quick did she actually how quick was she to call the police, for the police to answer?
I don't know. Look, I don't know the details.
How big is her apartment? Okay, good.
Mm-hmm. I don't know the person. I know the story. So that's all I can tell you. But all I know is she managed to call the cops, but then pretty much, I don't know if it was a minute later, if it was 5 minutes later, she just fainted. She was gone. What happened next is, luckily, the police reacted quite quickly. They went to her apartment, kicked in the door. They found her unconscious in the bedroom and found him in the kitchen laying out knives. Yeah, I know, it's so creepy, and that really happened. It's not a story I'm telling you, like a horror story that someone made up. This actually happened.
This episode was meant to be a funny one, and you just fucked it up.
I'm sorry. That happened. Like, the girl's good as far as I know. So it turned out to be the friend of that guy that went out on a date with my friend. So the girl turned out good. It's all fine. Nothing happened.
And that guy told that to someone he was on a date with. I would have been
he said like, look, be careful with dating. Just be careful. And I really appreciate that he told that story, because it does. Like, if I'm on a date with someone, and even if I sit there for 3-4 hours, I'm not leaving my spot.
Marcy, and the sad thing is that, again, now you have to make sure that you finished your drink. So no one can put anything in your drink. And it doesn't even have to be your date. It can be the bartender, because there's plenty of stories out there that that actually the bartender put stuff into someone's drink and other people on the bar saw it. So, like, you know, I mean, there's so many stories.
You never know.
It doesn't necessarily have to be your date, but like, what the hell? So you need to, not just as a woman, look over your shoulder when you walk home. Now you also have to make sure you finish your drink. Your drink is like, you know, not like.
Yeah, that's why I can only advise everyone, whenever you go on a date, let your friends know where you're going to, who you're going with, and if you feel sick, let a friend know so someone is aware. So yeah, so that's one hell of a story, and that has not happened to me, and it hopefully won't ever happen to me. So everything so far that I've experienced is quite funny, and like, you know, nothing too big. I heard other stories of friends where like it was awful, like they left the date after 10 minutes because it was just so awful.
Really?
Yeah, but like I so far always had really genuine, great conversations, and that's good. So yeah.
I mean, I guess, I don't know, it's hard to say. I would say like you kind of do get a feeling for the people that you match with, but that's bullshit, because they can pretend to be someone that they're not.
That's the thing. You only have so much, like you only get a little bit of an insight, but then you have to meet the person, because that's, once again, you can text with someone for 2 weeks and he can pretend to be your Prince Charming, but then you meet him and he might just be completely off. I believe there's probably hundreds of stories out there of like really crazy. Have you ever seen this meme? I think I shared with you so many times because it's so funny. That video that's it's like an Instagram reel, TikTok. So there was this girl, and she sent her friend a voice message, and she's like, I'm on this date, and I had this massive shit in his toilet, and I clogged the toilet and didn't know what to do. And there was this cat litter next to it. So I scooped out the poop and I put it in the cat litter. I was like, okay, I'm going to pretend it's a cat. And then I went outside, and then the guy came to me and he's like, did you poop in the cat litter? I was like, no. He's like, my cat is dead since a week. Please pick me up. Have you not seen that before? This is so funny. No, I feel like I've sent it everyone. It's the funniest story
How
ever.
did we just go from knives in the kitchen to like shitting in the cat litter box?
Because this is supposed to be an uplifting episode, so we gotta make a big shift.
I feel so much better now.
I want to share that sound with everyone because it's the funniest thing you will listen to today. Girl poops in boyfriend's litter box. It's the first thing that turns up, so please listen to this.
Suddenly clogged my boyfriend's toilet, so I took the poop out and put it in his cat litter box. Then he asked if I pooped in it, and I said no, but his cat has been dead for a week. Please pick me up.
Why does she even need to be picked up? Like, run, girl.
I don't know, just run. Just run.
Never look back.
It's just, please pick me up.
I'm just gonna
love it.
Sit here on your couch waiting for my friend to pick me up because we both know that I just shit in your cat litter box.
I just had a huge shit in your cat's litter box. That has been dead for. But then, why would you still have the litter box of your cat?
Because maybe he's just, he didn't want to get rid of maybe the
emotional damage
has been done there, definitely. There's nothing else to say.
No, that was this week's episode. It was fun. It was scary at one point.
For once,
yeah,
but
and
a bit more uplifting.
Yeah, I'm glad that I could share some of my stories. And what about that twist? I mean, what a hook.
That twist was just like, wow, I lost my phone. Good Lord.
Good Lord. Oh, goodness. Yeah. So
great.
Thanks once again for listening in, for watching, for subscribing, for liking.
You're welcome.
And you see, because you're the only one liking it. So yeah, thank you.
That's all me.
Same for me. I'm doing it from different devices.
If you want to play Matchmaker, let us know.
Yes, please. I'm available. So
nothing to do.
Yes. No. See you next week then.
Yes, that's it. Next week, same time, same place, probably. So
bye.
Queen Wave.